Hi, it's Matt from Go Green Autos. So here we have a Hyundai Ioniq for sale. It's a full electric one. It's got the 28 kilowatt hour battery, and this is the premium SE spec, so top spec with absolutely loads of tech and safety equipment in it. So this car only came in late last night, and I don't normally do this, we're filming them before it's ready and prepared, but the demand of these is so huge, and more recently most of the vehicles have been selling before I have a chance to properly get the details on the website and make these videos and mail everyone on the mailing list. So consequently, people who have been doing the right thing, joining the mailing list and waiting for the details to come out, have been missing the vehicles because they're selling before I have a chance to do that. So that's why in this case I'm going to do this quick review video. It's not going to be too detailed, but you're seeing it as we got it in, warts and all, before we prepared it. So you have to bear in mind it's not going to look the same once it's all done. So this one is a premium SE, so it's got the leather interior, heated seats, heated steering wheel, loads of safety kit, autonomous, semi-autonomous driving, emergency braking, all that sort of thing. Blind spot in the blind spot detection in the mirrors. It's also got cross traffic protection. These have just got everything you think of. Oh, including Apple CarPlay and Android Auto up there as well. So the mileage of this one is 92,483 miles, which might seem a lot for an EV, but of course there isn't really wear and tear on an EV, and I've actually got one of these myself. Regular viewers of the YouTube channel will know I've got a blue one of these, exactly the same spec, and ours has done 86,000 miles now, so I know exactly what these are like, and these just eat up the miles really well. So what everyone's going to want to know is what the battery pack is like, because there's this general assumption that batteries degrade, and yes, that is partly true, but generally across the range on electric vehicles, batteries only degrade about 1% a year. Unless it's a Nissan, then they tend to degrade about 3% a year. However, the Hyundais and Kias are up there with the best, and I've tested the battery on this one, and the battery is still at 100% state of health, just like it is in our own Ioniq. So with electric vehicles, wear and tear is absolutely minimal. You really don't need to worry about battery packs. That battery will more than last the life of the vehicle, and some in these cases. So really wear and tear is down to tyres, wiper blades, suspension joints. These are very good as well, so this has just got an awful lot of life left in it. And in reality it's down to contact points, wear and tear on the steering wheel, seats and stone chips and things like that. It's quite amazing that a vehicle that's done 92,000 miles, all I'm going to be pointing out to you is a few stone chips along the front, which you'd expect. There's quite a massive plastic on the front of these cars because there isn't a grille. So there are a few stone chips down there. They're all going to get touched up. A few stone chips on that plastic bit there, none on the bonnet, a more significant one there, and one up on the roof, and that's it. That's the extent of the wear and tear. I've got the proper paint, so they're all going to get done. As I said, I'm showing you this before it's prepared. And then looking on the inside, steering wheel really good still. The leather is all looking very good. The seat is very good as well. It hasn't been cleaned, so ignore that, but you can see the wear is absolutely minimal. The only evidence of wear is this copper coloured piping just here. It hasn't worn particularly badly, it's lost the surface of the piping on that bit, but the bolster is all very good, and that is it. Once it's cleaned, obviously this hasn't been prepared yet, but once it's cleaned up, you know, you really wouldn't know this has done the mileage. It's quite exceptional. Looking at the back, all really nice. So yeah, it's quite different when you're looking at EVs, because wear and tear is down to things like this. Wear and tear on the interior and tyres and things. Mechanically this is absolutely spot on, still drives like every other one would and like a new one. And of course the drivetrain is really only one moving part, that electric motor going through the reduction gear driving the front wheels. So next let's talk about range, because these Ioniqs are incredibly efficient. So these do about 1 to 1.5 miles per kilowatt hour on average, more than any other EV. So even though it's got a 28 kilowatt hour battery, they actually do the same sort of range as a 40 kilowatt hour battery in other EVs. And they've got preconditioning, electric heated front seats and heated steering wheel, and flappy pedals on the back so you can adjust the regen. And if you use all these tools, you can really drive these efficiently. All the details about what the sort of range you'd expect at different times of year in different driving styles are on the website. These also have a DC rapid charging as well, so you've got type 2 AC charging at the top and CCS rapid charging at the bottom. These 28 kilowatt hour models charge quicker than the newer 38s as well, but I'll flash the charge times and the charge rates up on the screen. Yeah, and let me just show you, this one's actually missing the charge cables, but these from new do have both the AC charging cable and the granny cable, so I will be including new ones of those with this vehicle as well. So finally, the colour is called Blazing Yellow Metallic. I really like this colour. I actually wanted to keep this car. I've had another one of these in recently and I wanted to do the same. I would rather sell our blue one and keep this, but my partner doesn't like the colour, so that's why we're not doing that, but I much prefer this over our blue one. But yes, it's quite a bold colour. It's not showing at its best now because we have no sun and it is a rather dull, damp winter's day. But what you find with this is when the sun is shining, it's a really brilliant gold, sparkly, bright colour, but when it's dull, it goes almost greeny colour. The camera doesn't show it up, but it goes quite a it's got quite a green tinge to it. It's one of those colours which changes in different lights. So finally, you know, with my videos I point out all the minor little negatives. I tend to focus on the negatives rather than the positives, but I've got a reputation of being very honest and pointing things out that most people wouldn't care about. So this isn't a full detailed review, it's just to give people an idea of what the condition's like, so if they want to come and view this car and jump in there quickly and get it before it's ready, then of course they can do. So as far as condition, we've got that little bit of wear on that piping on the driver's seat. No dents or scratches in the bodywork. It's really, really good. The only things I found is there was a little dent there where the seatbelt buckle's clearly been slammed in the door, but tiny, and most cars will have that, or have them somewhere around the car. There is another one there, exactly the same, but you know, they're all on the internal. And then externally, the only thing I can find is there's a little dent there in the chrome trim around there, and that's it. The bodywork is just exceptional, as are all the wheels. Considering the mileage, there's hardly any scuffing to the wheels. Actually, there's a little bit there, but that will be tidied up a little bit. But yeah, it's absolutely minor. Yeah, the wheels are all good. Tyre tread depths are good as well, and then there's just a few little stone chips which are going to get sorted, but of course all cars will have stone chips. If they haven't, then it's a bit suspicious. So yeah, for the mileage, absolutely incredible and stunning condition. It's actually it's pretty much the same as our own car. We've got quite an exceptional one as well. I have seen on these the paint flaking on the grey trim across the front, but none of that here, because actually they're more difficult to touch up than the coloured bits. So yeah, for a car that's done this mileage, it really is in exceptional condition. This car will get prepared next week, and will get videoed again mid to late next week. Would just say this has had 10 Hyundai services. There's 10 stamps in the book. It's going to get done again. We prepare all the cars with a service and check things that that aren't in the service schedules from the main dealers. Going to be changing the reduction gearbox oil and also doing an air conditioning regas on it as well. So yeah, the full details will be coming out later next week. So anyway, if you're interested, give me a call or email, and I think that will do for now.